Welcome to 2018. Here's the sort of news. Start with the Daily Mail. Rail Fat Cats, Happy New Year. Basically, they're getting massive bonuses. Oh, and by the way, they're going to be putting up the charges again. Well, that's a shock, isn't it? I wonder where they're getting the money for those bonuses. I'm sure you can figure that one out. Is that a terrorist? Philip puts in his foot in it again. No, that's not a terrorist. They're the terrorists. They are the real terrorists. The Guardian. Iranians defy Iron Fist threat over biggest protest in decade. Demonstrations return to streets for fourth day. Whatever his name is faces demands to stand aside. Social media apps blocked in crackdown. Exactly what they'll be doing here soon. But whether there's any protests or not, who knows, because they use these scum papers as propaganda, so that might not even be happening. But you know, you've got to make it look like Iranians the undemocratic when we've got an undemocratic parliament who are just there to line their own pockets and screw every single man, woman and child that they can. And I do mean literally. Over on the right, Freemasons are blocking reform, says police chief. What a shock! You could have knocked me over with a feather. The Freemasons are a bunch of corrupt criminal scum. Wow! And they're blocking reforms, protecting themselves. Wow, I'd never see that coming. Much. The Times. Iran in crisis as protesters defy deadly crackdown. What, like the crackdowns we've had like we had in the 80s with the miners' strikes, where they were breaking schools left, right and centre because they could and didn't give a shit, because those problems called the police, who are simply order followers without thinking that they are individually liable for their actions, which of course they are, but they think because they've been given an order that makes them, oh well, I've been given an order, it's not me, it's the order. No, at the end of the day, it's you personally, you, the man or woman, who are responsible. If you follow an order that you know in your heart is wrong, you are a criminal. Of course, a big picture of 2018. Down there a bit. Britain's upbeat about jobs and house prices. Nation shrugs off year of political turmoil, poll shows. I don't think that's true. I think that's fake news. What, have any of you been asked this question? No? Oh, I wonder who they asked for this imaginary poll then. Divorce reform call. Wholesale reforms of divorce laws is urgently needed, and doing nothing is not an option. The former High Court judge, Sir, so he's a child liker, Paul Coleridge, has urged pages blah blah. Right, we've got enough fake laws which are just statutes and acts. We do away with every single one, repeal the lot, everything, and we follow one rule: cause no harm. Following that rule to the point, to the letter, means that you can't be doing anything wrong. For instance, if you steal off someone, you're causing them harm. If you assault someone, you're causing them harm. Don't cause any harm. What could be simpler? And all these victimless crimes they keep screwing everyone over with, like doing a couple of miles over a speed limit. Who's the injured party? No one. Now, the other point is, if you do have a crash because you've been over the speed limit, then yes, you are guilty and you deserve to be punished. However, in a victimless crime, there should be no punishment. If you smoke marijuana, for instance, I don't smoke at all, but if you smoke marijuana, who are you hurting? In fact, even the police know that those that they eventually incarcerate for no good reason, there is no good reason, they will tell you themselves they would rather arrest someone that's been smoking marijuana because they are just chilled out than someone that's been drinking beer because there's every likelihood they're going to get punched. Sydney crash victims, 4 Britons and a boy aged 11 are feared to be among the dead. Row over HS2 perk. The honours system was made in more controversy after it emerged that all the MPs overseeing Britain's new HS2 high-speed railway had been given knighthoods. You see, in any society, that is called bribery and corruption. What's going to happen? Who are you going to report it to? Oh, well, please, MPs, reported that. Oh, wait. They're the same ones getting the knighthoods for their criminal activity. Migrants risk the Alps. Something about them going over the Alps to try and get to France. Hinkley Point conflict to do with the nuclear power station. This scum. Pippa plane crash in Oz. 4 Brits die in dream flight horror. Sad. Duke in is that a terrorist draft gag? He's the terrorist. He's one of the biggest terrorists on the planet. 10p. Daily Express. 4 Brits killed in Sydney seaplane crash. Horror. Diabetes drug boosts memory. Hopes of new breakthrough in battle against Alzheimer's. Well, coconut oil cures Alzheimer's. Eating healthily, organic food aids in the recovery of Alzheimer's. So we don't need none of their synthetic drugs, of which of course there will be side effects. Usually one of them will be death. But yeah, you go take it if you want. Philip stuns crowds with terrorist joke. The Daily Telegraph. Winter flu plunges hospitals into chaos. Oh no, we better go and get them toxic poisonous vaccines then that kill more men, women and children than the flu does each year. But no, we'll go and get them because, you know, why are you going to the hospital with flu? It's a cold, for God's sake, just a little bit worse. Just get in bed, drink plenty of fluids, chill out and relax. You don't need any toxic poisons pumping into your body, which the side effects are, well, death. Rouhani's warning to protesting Iranians. That's about that, whether it's real or not, don't know. Arrest as ex-Marine's wife is found dead. Brussels move against city would backfire. Of course, when they talk about the city, they talk about the city state of London, which is not part of the UK, because they've got to protect themselves, because that's the banking fraternity of the criminals. Just like that's why Switzerland is always a neutral country in any war, because that's where they put their money. No excuse for Brexit delays, Whitehall told. Yeah, we all know that, but there's no Brexit. You might get something that says, oh yes, we've left the EU. Oh, but we're continuing to be this, we're continuing to there, we're continuing to allow this, we're continuing to allow that, we're still in the European army, we're still all tied in, we're not leaving it at all. Prince reduces charity work. This is the parasitical scum Prince of Wales. He doesn't do charity work, he does self-fulfilling work where he gets pleasure out of laughing at the needy or the poor. Daily Star. I don't think the scum had a naked woman on the front page, so these have got to have a semi-naked woman on the page. Happy New Year. Brits hunting date melt web. They can't use that because that's my way of saying happy. Because I dropped the H because prisoner cell block H is a letter that you should try not to use if you can. Is that a terrorist? Parasitical scum again. iPaper. The world welcomes 2018. Nurses and GPs told respond to 999 calls. Family doctors and nurses are asked to become first responders to take pressure off paramedics in North East England. There's a couple of more lines there, but it's all irrelevant. It's not needed, because it's just the way that they set things up, because they want you to think the NHS can't cope, doesn't cope, is breaking down, not because of underfunding, because those at the very top are creaming it, and they're buying drugs at ridiculous prices, because they've got such a massive budget, they could get them cheaper than they can get anywhere else. But no, because they then get a backhander from the pharmaceutical companies for buying at that price. That's where the money goes. Dennis Healy. World events do not occur by accident. They are made to happen, whether it is to do with national issues or commerce, and most of them are staged and managed by those who hold the purse strings.